Hello. Well, I just wanted to talk about something that's really been on my mind lately for some reason. Um, it kind of involves a story, like the background of like what happened to me in 7th grade. Um, if you know me, you know that I'm not the most confident person. I try to be, and sometimes like I have my good days, I have my bad days. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I feel good, and like I feel good about myself. And then, there will be days where I wake up and I'm like, wow, I kind of hate myself. I try to stay positive, and for the most part, I'm a pretty positive person. I've had some bad things happen in my life, and I've had a lot of negative impact, but for the most part, I think I'm a pretty optimistic person. Um, okay, well, in 7th grade, first off, I never really cared about how I looked, like, at all. Like, I was just me. I was just like, I'm Cassie. Like, I never really paid attention to how I looked because I felt like that wasn't important. Like, I was really outgoing because, like, I just used my personality as, like, that was me. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm Cassie. Blah, blah, blah. But, in 7th grade, I really started caring, and this is kind of why. There was this really, really attractive boy, and he was like, popular, and he was like a skateboarder, and he was blonde hair, blue eyes, luscious lips, perfect smile, like, it was just, oh, he was so cute, and I never talked to him, because, like, I was kind of antisocial with, like, certain people, like, I was like, oh, they're so attractive, can't talk to them, so, that never happened, but I'd always seen him around, and he was friends with my friend's boyfriend. Yeah. And so, I kind of like talked to her. I was like, who is that? And she was like, oh, that's blah blah blah. And I was like, he's so attractive. And she was like, I know, right? And I was like, yep. And so, like one day I had like my phone and I was like, can you go like show him a picture of me and just like ask him like what he thinks? Cause like I wasn't just gonna go up to him and be like, hi, I'm Cassie. I think you're hot. That just wasn't gonna happen. So, like she takes my phone and she goes and shows him a picture of me, and I look back now, I'm like, that's such a stupid picture, but then I was like, oh, that's hot. And so she comes back and she's like, oh, he was like, hey, and he was like, oh, maybe I'll think about it, like, just like if he would like go out with me, and he was like, I'll think about it. I was like, I had never been that excited in my life. Like, I had butterflies and my heart was pounding. I was like, this boy possibly thinks I'm attractive? It was just like a big deal to me. I was just like, oh my god, because he's so cute. And like, could you imagine if like I went out with him? It's just like a big deal for me. And so the next day comes, and seriously, like, I wake up early, and like I got this pink hair clip and like hair extension, and I put it in, and like I did a little bump, and like my hair is straight, and like I brushed it really nice, and I wore my favorite outfit, and I think I even had like some eyeshadow on and mascara, and I didn't wear makeup then, but I tried it out. I was like, oh, I'm looking so attractive, and honestly, like, I felt so good that day. Like, I felt like I was the bee's knees and a freaking like prom queen. Like, I felt beautiful. And so, school comes and it's morning time, and like we're all like chilling, like standing outside, because like the school I went was an outside school. Um, and so we're all sitting there, and like I see him, the guy, and the group of his friends, and they're all like popular and like attractive. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like I wonder if like what's going on? Like, does he like me? Does he want to get to know me at least? Does he even want to be friends? Like, and so I was just really anxious, and I'm not a patient person at all. I'm very impatient, like, then, like, it was even worse, because, like, I wanted to know if he liked me, and so, I had my friend go up to him, and ask him, like, what's going on, what he thought about me, and she goes up to him, and, I'm standing there, and my heart's, like, racing. I'm like, oh my god, this is so exciting. And she comes back, and she's just like, I'm like, so what? You know, what do you say? What do you say? And she's just like, I don't want to tell you. Like, she's just like heartbroken. Like, she looks distraught, and I'm like, what happened? Like, just please tell me, Malia. That's her name, Malia. I love Malia. But anyway, that has nothing to do with the story. But you know, I'm like, just please tell me. Like, I just like I could obviously tell it was bad. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I could tell by her facial expression. Like, she's like, I'm not expecting a. He loves you. He's had fantasies about you since he was 12. I'm like, what? Yeah. So you know, I'm obviously expecting like a no. Maybe he's like, you know, I have a girlfriend, or like, I'm just, you know, I have family problems. I don't want to date. Like, that's what I was thinking inside. I didn't even think anything really bad. I was just like, oh, it's gonna be a no. And she was like, I really don't want to tell you. And I was like, please just tell me. Like, just go on. It's whatever. Just tell me. And she's like, well, they, he's, you know, he's like, are you kidding me? She's, and I quote, excuse my French, she's fucking ugly. And I look to his friends, and they're all laughing in my face. And I was like, I just started bawling my eyes out. That remark, till this day, why am I crying? It's just like, that scarred me. And the thing is, they don't even know, like, they have no clue how that's, like, affected me up until this very day. Like, I'm a junior now, and since 7th grade, I can never, like, look someone in the eye and tell them, like, from the bottom of my heart that I think I'm beautiful. Like, people don't even realize how bad words affect them. I feel like a baby for crying. I'm talking to a webcam right now, and I'm crying. But, you know, that, like, for the longest time, I hated myself. This kid who I didn't even know, like, and his friends, like, they're just a bunch of, like, total butthead. And I let them, like, affect me like that. I've never, like, I never cared about how I looked until that day. Like, that's all I cared about for the longest time. And I was like, oh my god, you know, like, how do I look? And I was always trying to, like, fix everything, and I was always critiquing myself, and I still do it till this day. I'm like, oh, I wish I looked like her. Like, why don't I look like that? Why can't I look like her? You know, why is she so perfect? You know, I let that incident heavily affect me. And it's ridiculous, because they have no idea what they've done to me. They have no clue how that incident has made me feel. And all I want to say is, you should not let things like that affect you. And I have to blow my nose. uh, don't want my boogers to offend you. Ugh. But, what I'm trying to say is, you know, if someone called you ugly, or fat, or annoying, I'm not telling you, oh, don't care, just let it roll off your shoulders. It's gonna hurt. It's going to sting, and it will potentially scar you. I don't care what anyone says. People can be like, oh, I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say about me. For the most part, someone can. But I know everybody. If anything negative is said, no matter who it is, it's going to affect them. At least a little bit. And you know, for the most part, I don't care what people think. I've grown to not care. And uh, for the most part, like, a lot of people do like me. Like, I'm not saying, oh, everybody likes me. No, but for the most part, like, I'm a likable, I'm nice, you know? But anytime I hear something negative, I'm like, oh, you know, someone calls me annoying or ugly or something, you know, it's gonna sting and it's gonna hurt. But I have taught myself to just be like, you know what? I think I'm freaking awesome. Yeah, I might get annoying here and there, but for the most part, I am nice, I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm giving. You know, I have so much respect for people. I, you know, I think about the good things about myself. And if I'm not feeling pretty one day, you know, I just think about something about myself that I like. Like, I like my eyes. So I'm like, alright, well, my nose could be smaller, my hair could be better, my skin could not break out. But you know what? I have cool eyes. So there we go. And you know, I try to think of something positive, and every time I think of something negative someone has said about me, I think about something positive that someone has said about me. Like, if I think about the incident that happened, you know, I'm like, oh god, that really sucked. But then I think about, oh, well, you know what, this girl, the other day, walked up to me, and I had no clue who she was, and she said that I was gorgeous. And, you know, there's this girl who said, oh my god, the way you do your eye makeup is flawless, it's beautiful. And, you know, I think about those compliments, and they make me feel better. And, you know, it's so ignorant and arrogant of people to just be able to have no couth and no respect for anyone and just call them ugly or call them fat or whore or, you know, just things like, especially if you don't know that person. You know, someone might not look that attractive when you first look at them, but get to know them and you really see how beautiful they are. You know, like, and I think everybody's beautiful. I'm not just saying, oh, everybody's beautiful. I really do think there is a beautiful thing about everybody. You know, people say I'm too nice, and I think, oh, Cassie, you think everyone's pretty, shut up. And I'm like, no, you know what? You might find them not physically appealing, but I can always find something that's beautiful about someone, whether it be from their looks to their personality to the way they carry themselves. There is always something beautiful about someone, and I just hate when people are disrespectful and rude and just have no care as to what they're saying. You know, like, they really don't understand how badly someone can be scarred from that. Like, it's pathetic, but I'm going to carry that incident in 7th grade with me for the rest of my life. Like, just even talking about it, obviously, like, it shows how bad it's affected me. Like, I'm crying over here, and that's, like 3 or 4 years ago, you know? Like, it's just ridiculous how heartless some people are. It really is. But for anyone who's ever been bullied, or picked on, or told they're not good enough, or told they're not pretty enough, or smart enough, you are. You are great. And there is always something that someone's amazing at, and there is something beautiful about you. You may not see it, but there are people who do. And you need to let those people in. Don't close them off when someone compliments you and someone says, oh, you're beautiful. Don't be like, oh, no, I'm not, I'm ugly. No, accept the freaking compliment, because you are. And I just hope no one else gets affected like this by an incident like I was. Just, you know, it's gonna hurt. I'm not saying, oh, let it roll off your shoulders like it was nothing. It's gonna affect you. But just remember, you're beautiful and you are loved. And like the Beatles say, all you need is love. Just love yourself and think of the good things in life. So yeah, this is really long and I'm gonna stop it now. So if you watch this, I really hope I had some effect on you to let you know that you're beautiful. And if you didn't watch it, then you'll never know. That's what makes you beautiful. But yeah, so thanks for watching.